Yellow Sands and Arena are two very well regarded caravan parks that are located a few kilometers from each other in the countryside about 30 kilometers from East London in South Africa. I've heard caravanning people mention them a lot on my travels. Yellow Sands is located right on the Indian Ocean at the mouth of the Kwalera River, which is navigable by small boat for 4 or 5 kilometers inland. The park is about 30 kilometers from East London. When I first reached Yellow Sands, I was disappointed. The place looks okay, but nothing special. Prices are great. 2,000 Rand for a 30-night stay. That's really cheap, and so close to the beach and a river. Well, I should have been more excited. After a couple of days of settling in, I still didn't know what the fuss about this park was all about. And then I went down to the beach. Not bad. Sand just like any other beach, a very large beach at the river mouth. I put my foot into the seawater and it was lovely and warm. I sloshed along in the shallows towards the river and sloshed along the river up the river, a little cooler but still quite warm. The weather was hot, so I took off my shirt and jumped into the water. After that initial shock and gasp of the water, it was great and I paddled around like a kid, having a great time all on my own. I played around for another half an hour and then went home. This is a great place, I thought. Now I knew why people spoke so highly of Yellow Sands and recommended so much. The beach and river section are spectacular. There's a main large park and a smaller park with electricity, water and showers and toilet further down on the riverside. The smaller park is quite large and flat and has a small boat launching slip which is free for the guests to use. You do have to launch and take your boat out at high tide though, as the launch area is quite shallow. This is a great park to stay in if you like nature. There are all sorts of birds around and there's some great quiet places to fish. If you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please consider becoming a channel patron with a small donation for every video that I release. Just click on the Patron link in the comments section below the video. There are very few permanent campers down at the riverside. Possibly they're afraid that a very high tide will take everything out. The main park is on a hill and well protected from the sea. I spent just over a month here from May 2021 and I couldn't believe how warm the water was and how good the weather is as we go into winter. Each site varies in size, but there's something for everyone, and I chose a large site at the top of the hill in the shade of a huge tree. The view of the sea was quite good, just hidden in crucial places by the trees in front of us. My neighbor and I sometimes fantasized about getting hold of a chainsaw and sneaking down one night to cut some branches off that one tree that would open everything up. Of course we didn't, but it was fun to be like 7-year-olds again. There are surfers to watch, fishermen to watch, and the river and sea to play in. This is a wonderful place for children from 3 to 90 to have some fun. 10-amp electricity outlets supply electricity to each stand, which allowed me to boil water and make toast at the same time, but anything more would trip the switch and require a walk over to the distribution box to switch the power back on. There are a number of ablution blocks around the caravan park. Some are quite old, but I found that painting and renovations were being done while I was there. Internet reception using my phone as a hotspot was excellent using a 3G signal, and I could stream videos and sport on the internet with no buffering. With my satellite dish tuned in, the DSTV signal was perfect. I had my own tap for water, which I connected straight to the caravan. This is borehole water, not great to drink, but good enough to brush your teeth and do the washing up. Fresh drinking water is supplied in a large rain tank just behind the ablution block, so you can go for a walk and fill up your water bottle. The park is very well looked after, and the park workers are very nice and friendly. They don't supply any help to put up your tent and side tents here, which is a pity, because a lot of retired people stay here, and they would be very happy to pay an extra 100 Rand to have a strong young fella to help with the hard work. There are many monthly caravanners like me, probably more than 60 caravans in at the time that I was there, some of whom have been at Yellow Sands for 5 or 6 months. I didn't meet anyone who was grumpy or unfriendly, and used to often stop and chat for ages to people that I'd never seen before. The shops are about 10 kilometers away at Crossways, where there's a very good spa for groceries and a bunch of other shops and restaurants. My neighbors, Bogart and his wife Magda, were farmers who had recently sold their farm and were just enjoying life next to the sea. Both are lovely, warm folks who helped me to repair things in the little emergencies and often used to bring me meals and freshly baked bread and fat cook and other delicious things to eat. There are still many warm, kind people around in this world, and I've been lucky enough to meet some very nice folks on my journey. I liked Yellow Sands very much. In my view, it lived up to the hype, and I'd give it an 8 out of 10. If you've spent time at Yellow Sands, please give it your rating in the comments section, and we'll be able to formulate an accurate average rating